So let's see what the top three biggest reasons why Americans are so much overweight as a society. And again, I would guess most of you thought of this first reason is fast food. We eat so much fast food. Ask some of your parents how much fast food they ate as they were growing up, especially if they're old like me. I think I remember growing up going to D's Drive-In. Most of you don't even know what a D's Drive-In is. Some of your parents might. But I remember going there with my family maybe 2 times in my whole life. Now, if we only go to fast food twice a week, we think we're picked on. And there's fast food joints everywhere. You know, it was interesting to me as being a health teacher for years and years, clear back in the late 80s, early 90s, I'd go with my wife and she would take, as a French teacher, she would take a bunch of students to Europe. And it was always interesting to me that when we got to France specifically, most all of the very really heavy people were American tourists. It was easy to see. And then as I looked around, I noticed something else. You know, as we've been in Europe for a while, some of the teenagers that were with us were really missing their McDonald's and other fast food. And so we would look for one, and it was really difficult to find a fast food. Now, this is back in 88, 89, 90. And then you come to America, it's a piece of cake. You can find one anywhere. Well, as we continued to take groups to Europe in the early 2000s, by then, I started noticing a lot more French people or other Europeans that were more heavy. And I also noticed that there was a lot of fast food. It was a lot easier to find fast food places than it was when my wife and I first went there. So there's no question that fast food is a big reason. And if you look at the most obese states in the United States, they're also the poorest, because it is cheaper to buy fast food than it is to go into a grocery store and buy a bunch of food and then take the time to cook it and then eat it. You know, we talk about fast and cheap and easy, and that's what makes fast food so incredibly popular. But it's also one of the big reasons we're such an obese society. I like this caption: a Diet Coke, please. I don't want to get fat. We order a quadruple cheeseburger with the super large fries, and then we order a Diet Coke. We might as well order the Coke because it's not really going to make that much difference.